Hi, welcome to a gentle flow yoga practice with me, Andrea, and my dog. Anyway, to get started, roll out your mat on a firm surface, and I'm going to suggest that you have at least a blanket to practice with. In fact, I've got mine rolled up for the opening posture. So this is what it looks like. And I've rolled it into a tube. And then if you've got two yoga blocks, you might enjoy using them, although you can get away with this practice without blocks as well. But just keep in mind that props are here to support you and to get you deeper into your postures. Now, the other thing you can do is turn on some music to go along with the flow today. I've got a recommended playlist on Spotify that you can stream on a separate device. And then I'd also like to talk a little bit about what our focus today is. I want you to put your hand right here in the center of your chest and notice the sternum and also the center area of your chest is what we call our energetic heart space in yoga, even though our actual heart is over towards the left of our chest. But keep this area in mind today. We really want to open up the chest for the purpose of our intention today, which is gratitude. So let's get started on your mat. Bring your rolled blanket towards the top part of the mat and then lay on it so that your shoulder blades are on the blanket. And then come high enough on the blanket to where you can bring your arms above the blanket. Cactus, open your arms, palms face up, the back of your head is supported. And then adjust your legs in a comfortable manner. Mine are bent. And you can bring your knees together. You can bring your legs out long. Or even in Baddha Konasana, cobbler's pose of the legs. It's really your choice. Just feel the chest lift as you close your eyes and begin to really focus on your breath. Remember that breath is a cornerstone for our practice. And if at any time you choose to rest in this flow, make your breath your focus and you will still be practicing yoga. Take a deep inhale breath through your nose, fill up, feel your chest rise even higher. And exhale, let it go. Again, inhale, deeper breath. Make it smooth and without force. Fill up. And exhale, empty out. On your next breath in, I encourage you to think of someone or something you're grateful for. Fill that heart space as you breathe in. Exhale, empty out. Now begin to seal your lips. And keep visualizing that which you are grateful for. Gratitude is one of the most medicinal medicines that we can have as an emotion. And just bring a smile to your lips here. Brings about joy. It's really not happy people who are thankful, it's thankful people who are happy. So start with being thankful. One more breath in. And a breath out. Nice. Go ahead and roll off to the side of your blanket. Move it out of the way. Hug your knees in so you can feel that space you've created behind your shoulder blades, behind your heart. Rock a little side to side. And then roll onto your left side, knees tucked into your chest, fetal pose. And bring your top arm to your hip. And I want you to make a circle. Circle that arm up by your ear. And then roll it out behind you. Let it hang. Breathe in. Breathe out. Make sure you don't feel any pinching or sharp shooting pains through the shoulder. We're going to be gentle on the shoulders today, but we want to open them up. Breathe in and breathe out. Go ahead and let both shoulders come onto the mat for an easy twist. Gaze up. Again, palms face up. Try that cactus shape with bent elbows. Backs of the hands are on the floor. Backs of your arms are on the floor. And both shoulders are down. Now, if you find your knee is lifting or there's a lot of pain in the back, grab your blanket and bring it between your knees or under your bottom knee. And that should back off on the twist. This is our first twist of the day, so be kind to your body. And as you breathe, remember to focus in on this space in the center of your chest, your energetic heart. And then go ahead and roll over to the other side, fetal pose. This time your right arm is under your head. And you can bring that blanket in between your knees if you'd like that to begin with. Bring your top hand to your hip. And then sweep it up to the top, arm by your ear. Turn your palm to face up and let your arm hang out behind you. Gently opening up your shoulder. Breathe here. Remember, our focus today is gratitude. If you can dedicate your practice to something or someone you're thankful for, you can really just plant a seed to energize what you're doing on your mat. Your mat and this flow can become a moving meditation. One more breath in here. And a breath out. Go ahead and roll into your easy twist, bringing both shoulders down onto your mat, gazing up. Hands and arms are in that cactus shape. Breathe in, feel the chest rise. And breathe out. We'll be doing a lot of twisting of the spine today, so this is a very good warm-up. Yoga is very much a focus on spinal health. So we want to create that flexibility, that mobility, as well as strength. So strengthening all the muscles surrounding the spine. And that's coming up next. Take one more breath in. And a breath out. Move your blanket out of the way. Come onto your back. Walk your feet in so that your heels are close to your hips. And again, bring your hands to your sternum, your center of your chest. And breathe here. Inhale. Exhale, take a pelvic tilt. So we're focused on the chest, but I want you to press the low back into the mat. Good. One more time like that. Inhale. Exhale, press the low back into the mat and lift to bridge pose. Keep your chin center. I know I just turned my head. But notice how the center of your chest lifted. Now exhale, lower down. Articulate each vertebra as you slowly lower, finishing with the hips, and then finally the tailbone. Good. Inhale. Exhale, press the low back in and lift to bridge. Press into your heels. Your hands are still at the center of your chest. This time I want you to interlace your fingers and press your palms up to the ceiling. And then slowly lower down, bending at the elbows, articulating your spine. This just takes a little bit more concentration. Organizing both the arms and the spine. Good. Inhale. Exhale, press the low back in. Press the palms up to the ceiling. Arms are straight. And hips are lifted. Lower on down. Exhale. Now let's try a little bit of a diagonal work, noticing that we have to engage the side body. Inhale. Exhale, press the low back and lift the hips straight up, but this time I want you to press your palms out to the right. Feel how the outer hips turn on and lower. Inhale. Exhale, low back presses down. Lift the hips, press the palms in the opposite diagonal. And lower. One more on each side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And last one, rolling down with control. All right. Again, hands to your chest. Bring your knees in. We're going to use a little rock and roll, a little momentum to get going here. Bring your knees into your chest and roll up to a seat. Lift your chest up. So you know you're doing that because you've got your hands on your chest. Roll back and up. You can stay here using the momentum, but then I want you to add your arms. Arms come overhead and lift up. And then if you want to add a little bit of the arms again, interlace your fingers and press up. Good. The less you bring your knees into your chest, rocking and rolling, the more you'll work the abdominals. So here, I just got my feet on the floor, press up. Good. And then add the cross body action. A couple more like that. Take it at your own pace. Maybe you are rocking and rolling. Maybe you still have your hands to your chest. Keep leading with your heart. And bring about that focus of your intention, that person or those things that you're grateful for. Maybe it's a list. Try to keep it short. All right, two more. Even it out. Woo. Building a little heat. And bring it to the floor. Nice work. Hug the knees in. Stretch out the low back. I always like to start with a little core work, just to remind ourselves that we need to use these muscles surrounding the spine, the abdominals, and the low back muscles in our standing postures. All right, come up to a seat, and you can grab your blocks here for some support. I'll show you reverse table with the blocks and without. So bring the blocks behind you, and then bring your palms to the blocks so your fingers are facing forward, your elbows are pointing back. Walk your feet in. Inhale. Exhale, lift your hips. Gaze up. Remember, we're leading with the heart. So this is reverse table with the blocks. And then you might want to try it without the blocks. Palms face down, right under your shoulders. Elbows roll back behind you. This is a big shoulder opener. We need this to warm up the shoulders for our standing postures today. Inhale. And exhale, reverse table, gaze up. Just make sure you're being kind to your neck. You don't want to throw your head back, but feel that space, your sternum lift and lower, really nice. All right, join me in regular tabletop. It doesn't matter which way you face on your mat. I'll be turning kind of back and forth today just to show you the postures so you can see them clearly, that you can face in one direction. Bring your wrists under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. Spread your fingers out wide. Press into all 10 finger pads. And inhale to cow pose. Again, we're leading with the heart. Reach it between your arms. Gaze forward or even up. Getting a nice back bend through the spine. Exhale to cat, round and curl. Push the mat away as you tuck your chin tightly to your chest, dome your spine, draw your tailbone down. Inhale, cow pose. Maybe a slight bend to the elbows as you drag your palms back toward your knees, energetically on the mat. Exhale to cat. Good. Remember this motion. This will be our vinyasa today between standing flows. And you can always take whatever variation you wish. You can always rest during the vinyasa, during the break between standing postures. One more cow and one more cat here. And then sink it back to child's pose. This is a nice resting posture. Bringing the forehead to the mat. Sinking your hips back toward your heels. A place to focus on your breath. And when you're ready, rise back up to tabletop. Join me in a downward facing dog. Tuck your toes under, sink your hips back. Again, engage those hands really wide. Press into the finger pads. Arms are straight. Hover your knees. Send your tailbone up and back as you start to straighten your legs. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Go ahead and pedal out your legs, bending one knee and then dropping the opposite heel down to the mat just to get a little warm up in the hamstrings and the calves. Keep drawing the tailbone up and back, straightening your spine. Again, you can always take a break in child's pose. And then come into a still downward facing dog. Slight bend to the knees. Draw your belly up and in. Breathe. Look at your toes. And allow your heels to disappear behind your ankles. Inhale. Gaze forward. And exhale. Walk your feet up behind your wrists. Forward fold. This is where you might want to use your blocks to bring your hands to the blocks. Give a generous bend in your knees as we start to stretch out the back of the legs even more. Some of you might be very open, and some of you might be very tight. So give yourself the support you need here as you drop the head. Let it be heavy. Breathe. Now look down at your feet and bring your fists together and see about measuring off between your heels 2 fist widths. This is about the distance of hips. So I want you to notice this throughout our practice. We're going to keep our feet separated by hips width distance or 2 fists. Now I want you to feel your feet. Feel the bones in your feet connect to the floor. You have a bone behind your big toe mound, a bone behind your pinky toe, and a bone in your heel. So stay firmly rooted to your feet. Take opposite hands and opposite elbows. Ragdoll variation. Again, bend the knees as much as you need to, and we'll start to sway side to side, but stay firm in your feet. Breathe here. And then as you sway over to the left, turn your right elbow up and begin to rise up to standing with the bind. And then on your exhale, sweep it over to your opposite side, forward fold. So big circles here. Inhale up and exhale down. If this is too much on your back, just stay in your ragdoll. Good, let's take it to the opposite side. Take the circles over to the right. Inhale, left elbow lifts up. Exhale, sweep it down and around. One more like that. And then on your next, lift up, stay lifted, and allow your hands to float down by your sides. Good. Again, notice the feet. Feet are under the hips. And bring your hands down by your sides. Roll your shoulders down and back. Lift your heart up. Good. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Let them float up. And on your exhale, allow them to float down by your side. Facing the top of your mat, inhale. Keep the legs strong, rooting through your feet, your foundation. Exhale. One more like that. Inhale. Exhale. On your next inhale, keep your fingertips lifted up nice and tall. Let's focus on the entire body in Tadasana, mountain pose. Spread your toes out wide. Lift up through your inner arches. Lift your kneecaps. Draw your tailbone down toward your heels. Belly button draws back toward your spine, and then just slightly lift it toward your rib cage. Allow your shoulders to release away from your ears. Palms face each other. Fingers reach up for the sky. Inhale. And exhale. Baby back bend. Cactus open the arms. Turn your palms to face forward, gaze up, lift with your heart like you have a string attached to that space on your sternum. Inhale, center to Tadasana, and exhale, bow forward. So bend your knees a lot and sweep your hands down to the floor, forward fold. Here we'll take a halfway lift. Inhale, drag your fingers up your shins. Lift your chest away from your legs and reach the crown of your head forward. Shift your weight forward. Exhale, plant your palms, step back, high plank or a variation. Inhale. And exhale, slowly lower all the way to your belly. Keep your hands by your low ribs. Your fingers are there. Wrap your elbows in. Remember your reverse table. Plant your elbows behind you. Tops of your feet are down. Inhale, cobra pose, Bhujangasana. Lift your chest, lift your heart, gaze forward. And exhale, lower. Inhale, rise up through table or plank, your choice. And exhale to downward facing dog or even rest in child's pose. Breathe here. Find that long spine. Find your breath. One more breath in. One more breath out. Rededicate your practice to that person or thing you're grateful for. Inhale, look forward. And exhale, travel forward, top of your mat. Remember, feet are hips width distance or 2 fists. Inhale, rise up to standing. Head comes up last. And 3 times, fingers rise up. Exhale, and they float down. Stay firmly rooted in your feet as you lift up and flow them down. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Stay true to your breath rhythm. It's unique to you. Inhale, keep your arms up, Tadasana. Find strength in your legs, strengthen your spine, lengthen. Exhale, baby back bend, cactus open the arms, gaze up, lift your heart. Inhale to mountain, and exhale, bend the knees, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana, squeeze the tips of your shoulder blades together, lift your belly. Exhale, plant your palms, step back, high plank, or come down to your knees. Spread your fingers out wide, wrists should be under your shoulders, inhale. And exhale, lower on down. Again, cobra pose, really important today that we lead with the sternum. Inhale, lift. Maybe just spider fingers this time, using more low back muscles. And lower. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, downward facing dog or child's pose. Reconnect to your breath. 3 breath rounds here. Your pace. Remember, my cueing might not match your movements exactly, so just be true to yourself. Do what feels right. Inhale and exhale. Look forward on your next inhale. Exhale, walk your feet to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, rise up to standing. Head comes up last and 3 sweeps up. Reaching tall, mountain pose. Flow it back down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, legs are turned on. They're so strong. Inhale. And exhale. This time, keep the fingers up. And exhale, back bend. Lead with your heart. Press your hips forward. Squeeze your glutes. Inhale. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step back, high plank, or your variation to your knees. Inhale. Wrists are under your shoulders. Exhale, lower down. Bhujangasana, maybe floating your hands this time. Inhale. Lift your heart, lift your chest. Keep elbows pointing back. Lift, lift, lift. And lower. Inhale, rise. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here or 3 breaths in child's pose. Your choice. And drop your knees to the mat. We'll start our flow sequence on the knees. If you need some extra padding, you can always bring your blanket under your knees. Your choice. And step your right foot forward. Now remember that the feet are hips width distance. So I'm not putting my foot directly in front of this back knee. I'm keeping it wide. This will help with balance. All right. Inhale. Sweep your arms up just like we did in mountain pose. Exhale. Keep drawing the tailbone down. Belly lifts. And just find your balance here. You might have to engage your inner thighs to keep you stabilized. Press down through your front foot. Good. Inhale, hold your arms up. Exhale, cactus them open, gaze up. Now, you might want to shift your hips forward, but be careful not to pinch the low back. I want the back bend to come from the upper back. Draw the tips of your shoulder blades together. Keep your belly engaged. Good. And inhale, rise. Bring your arms out wide. Let's take some rotations of the arms. Palms roll face up, and then palms face down. Keep your hands at shoulder level. This can be challenging. And on this last one, keep the eye of the elbows pointing up, and then just rotate at your wrist. Squeeze your fingers together, and then bring your right hand forward, left hand back, opening up your chest to the side, to your left side. Good. Inhale. Exhale, gaze over your front middle finger. This is your warrior 2 on your knees. You can always take this entire flow from your knees or even seated in a chair. Inhale. Exhale, drop your back hand behind your low back. Roll your shoulder back and down, engage your belly. And exhale, extended side angle. Bring your front forearm inside your front thigh. Good. Now, this is where we're twisting. Open up, moving from your sternum. Try to gaze up at the ceiling. Good. Holding here. Extended side angle. Using your inner thighs to scissor toward each other for balance. Now release your back hand, bring it up to your gaze. Inhale here. Exhale, bend at your elbow and bring your palm to your heart center. As you inhale, see if you can twist your sternum up a little more towards your top hand. bend, exhale, and exhale here in the twist. Inhale, hand comes to heart, and exhale, twist. Good. Come back through warrior two. Arms are working, shoulders roll down and back, belly lifts. And bring your hands to frame your front foot. Step that front foot back, tabletop. Here's our vinyasa today. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. That should feel really good after all the twisting we did. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Option to come back into your child's pose or your downward facing dog. Good. Take a couple more like that. Remembering that spinal health is really the key to longevity and one of the greater focuses in our yoga practice. All right. Coming back through a still tabletop. Step your left foot forward. Remember the hips width distance. Use the inner thighs to create stability as we float the arms up and down. Breathe with this movement. Firm through your front foot. Keep the belly lifting away from the front thigh. Hold your arms up here. And exhale, cactus them open. Lift your heart. Draw your tailbone down. You might feel a nice stretch to the back quadricep. Inhale back with the fingers lifting. And then exhale, arms out to parallel. Wrists and hands at the same height as your shoulders. Let's take some rotations. Palms face up. Roll the shoulders back and look up. Exhale, palms down or even behind you. Inhale, roll them open. Exhale, behind you. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Hold the palms up here so the eye of the elbow is pointing up. And then just rotate the wrists. And bring your left arm forward, right arm back. Here's your warrior two on your knees. Good. Really working those shoulders. Inhale. Gaze over your front middle fingers. Reach your fingertips in opposition and then draw your shoulder blades in toward each other. Keep lifting through your belly. Inhale. And exhale. Bring your back hand behind your waist or even reach for your opposite hip. Coming into extended side angle with the bind. Your front forearm is inside your front thigh. Use it as leverage as we take this deep twist. Gaze up, holding here and feeling the shoulders opening, feeling the heart lift. Release the back arm up. Here's your extended side angle with extended arms. Good, breathe here. Stay strong in your legs, strong in your front foot. Inhale, look at your top hand. Exhale, bend at your elbow. Palm taps your sternum. All right, let's reverse the breathing here. Well, inhale, exhale as we twist, gaze up. Inhale, bend and tap. Exhale, twist. One more. And extend. Good. Come back through warrior one. And cartwheel your arms down. Bring it back through tabletop. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Beautiful. Really feel the breath move through your entire body, the length of your spine. And again, resting in child's pose is always an option. Move your blanket out of the way. And step your right foot forward. Again, 2 fist width distance. We don't want them in one line. So Actually, I'm changing my mind. Stay in tabletop. This is a better way for us to get into hips with distance. Tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. And then walk your hands to your feet so you're standing at the back of your mat. Roll up to standing just like we did in our Surya Namaskar A series. And then turn your left toes out at a 45-degree angle and step your right foot comfortably forward. So it's not a giant lunge today. Do it again. Step it forward, step it back. Check that. All right. Hips with distance. Hips are pointing forward to start. Inhale, reach your fingers up. And exhale, float them down. Now, this next time, inhale, float your fingers up and bend into your front knee. Here's your warrior one. Check in with your low back. Draw your tailbone down. Lift your belly and lift your heart. Good. Flow that. Straighten front knee. Fingertips come down. Warrior one. This next time, hold. Stay firm in your feet. Your back heel is plugged into the mat. Your front toes are pointing forward. Your knees tracking forward. And then cactus open the arms. Good. Lift with your chest. Lift with your heart. Inhale. And exhale, arms come open to a T, just like we did on our knees. Let's roll them open, gaze up, roll them down, palms face behind you. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, hold them up, and then just rotate at your wrist. So eye of the elbow is pointing up to the ceiling, and then rotate just your arms. Your feet are staying exactly where they are. We're not moving our feet, our legs are firm. Gaze over your front middle fingers. Here's a variation of your warrior two. Good, your hips are pointing to the left side of your mat, but maybe not as much as if you have your front foot in line with your back. Keep both feet grounding down. Inhale. Exhale, your back hand comes behind your low back, maybe reaching to your opposite hip. Exhale, extended side angle. Roll that shoulder behind you. Use your forearm as leverage into your thigh. And I don't want you to reach all the way to the floor. What happens to your hips when you do that? They kind of bounce out behind you. So stay strong through your legs and just bring the tips of your fingers to maybe mid-shin. And really focus on the shoulder and the heart lifting. Good. Release the back hand. Gaze up if it's okay on your neck. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, hand comes to your heart. Notice how this shoulder tends to drop. So try to keep it straight, in line with the bottom shoulder. And then exhale, twist. Inhale. Exhale, lift from the sternum. So it's less about the legs, it's more, or the low back, and it's more about the upper chest. Good, hold here. Breathe. Now straighten your front knee. Triangle Trikonasana. I'm just shifting my fingers to my shin, but really press into both big toe mounds. Keep both feet firmly where they started. Good, gaze down and wrap that top arm behind you. Lift the sternum. Inhale. And exhale, release the back arm. Come through pyramid pose, stretch it out. This is where your blocks might come in handy. Whew. A lot of work in that front leg. You might be even shaking. Mine's shaking right now. That means your nervous system is reorganizing itself. That was a new sensation. So you're definitely getting out of your habits, out of your samskara. Breathe. Maybe you're just grateful today for your feet. Maybe you're grateful for your body, for your yoga mat, and the space that you can practice. All right, take it down to the mat. Tabletop. Inhale to cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, reach your heart forward. Exhale, lift the back of your heart as you dome your spine. So good. Take a couple more rounds of cat and cow or rest in child's pose. And then tuck your toes. Find your way to downward facing dog. You don't need to be here for long unless you really enjoy it. Walk your hands back to your feet. You're at the back of your mat. Feet are under your hips or those 2 fists width distance. Roll up to standing. Beautiful. Now, turn your right toes out at a 45-degree angle. Keep that heel right under your hip. And comfortably step your left foot forward, right out in front of you. So it's like you're on railroad tracks. Try it again. Doesn't need to be a big lunge. Last one. Good. From here, sweep the arms up and down. Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. And as you sweep the arms down, straighten the front knee. If that feels comfortable to you, we'll flow this. Reaching from your heart, drawing your tailbone down, engaging all those small muscles around your lumbar spine to protect it. Hold here. Both heels are down and connected to the mat. Inhale, gaze up, lifting with your heart. Baby back bend, cactus, open your arms. And back to warrior 1. Arms reach out to parallel. Let's open up the chest, palms up, rotate, exhale back. Inhale and exhale. Flow this. Inhale with your breath. Exhale. Last one, palms up. Just rotate from the wrist, so eye the elbows up. Squeeze the fingertips together. Bring your left arm forward, right arm back. Feet have not moved. They are firm on your mat. Left toes point forward. Left knee tracks over the front toes. Inhale. Gaze over your front middle finger. See if you can keep your wrists at shoulder height. Reach the fingertips in opposite directions and then plug your shoulders into their sockets. So good for your upper back strength. Inhale. And exhale, drop your back hand behind your low back. Maybe reach for your opposite hip. Exhale, extended side angle. Just bring the tips of your fingers to your shin. Check in with that knee. Make sure it's not tracking forward over your ankle. We want to support your joints. Good. Roll the top shoulder back and down. Breathe. Find that lift of your heart. Find your gratitude. Find that medicine that brings joy. Release your back arm up. Extended side angle. Gaze up at the top hand if that's comfortable for your neck. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your hand to your chest. Remember, this is where we want to turn from, where we want to twist from. Inhale. Exhale. Open up. Twist a little deeper. Keep your feet and your legs stable. Shh. 3 here. 1 more. Hold. Get straight in the front knee. Slide your fingertips to your shin. Trikonasana, triangle pose. I'm starting to feel the muscles recruiting. I have a little shake going on. That's good. Smile. Gaze up at your top hand if you can. 1 more inhale breath. Lengthen from both sides of your waist. Try not to dump down. We're lifted here. And gaze down. Bring both hands to the mat. Take a break. Take your cow and cat. Take your child's pose. You're doing awesome. Now we're going to take this 1 more round and add in a balancing posture as well. Ooh, I didn't give you pyramid pose. Let's stretch out that front leg. So before we went to table, we need to stretch out the front leg, pyramid pose. This time I've got my blocks under my hands, not way out here, not in front of my foot, under my shoulders. Good. A little bit of stretch for you. Didn't want to cheat you out of that. All right, now come on down to your hands and knees. Flowing the cow and the cat. All right, make sure your wrists are under your shoulders, tuck your back toes under, lengthen, downward facing dog. And even if you're skipping down dog, make your way to the back of your mat, forward fold. Feet are under your hips, check in with those two fists. Remember those 3 bones in your feet. You want to firm into your feet as you rise up nice and tall. All right, one more round here. Turn your left toes out at a 45-degree angle. The heel stays down the entire time. Step forward to a comfortable forward lunge. Both hips are pointing forward. Inhale, reach your arms up, bend into your front knee so it's not going past your ankle, warrior 1. Exhale, straighten the front knee, flow the fingers down. Inhale. Exhale. Building that heat. Inhale. Hold here. Keep both feet firm on the mat. Draw the tailbone down toward your back heel. Exhale, back bend. Lift your chest. Gaze up. Inhale, back to warrior 1. Reach your arms out to parallel. Rotate up, gaze up, rotate back. Inhale, flow this. Exhale. Your pace. Hold the palms up. Eye of the elbows are up. Wrists are at your shoulder height. And then just turn your palms down. Squeeze your fingers together. Warrior 2, your feet have not moved. You're so strong. Inhale, look over your front fingers. Exhale, draw your shoulder tips together, the blades. Good. Remember your dedication, your intention. It's just to find some gratitude today. It doesn't have to be something huge. It can just be very specific to your practice. This is where we practice the whole yoga life, and once we practice it on our mat, we can take it off our mat. Inhale, drop the back arm down, take a half bind. Exhale, extend a side angle. Oof, I really have to work on that shoulder. This is where I get my tightness. Draw the belly in to support your side body strength. And reach your top arm up, gaze up if it's comfortable. You can always gaze forward. Inhale, exhale. And to your sternum. This is going to remind us that we're twisting from the chest. Inhale, exhale, gaze up, extend the arm. 2 more like that. Hold, straighten your front knee, triangle pose, Trikonasana. Really press into those feet. Strong legs, lift your kneecaps up. Gaze up or gaze out or gaze down. Just be careful not to let that top arm drop. Breathe. Now bring your top arm to meet your bottom arm, so we're squaring off the shoulders. I want you to bring both hands to the other side of your right knee. Coming into revolved pyramid. This is tricky. Inhale, lift your left arm up. Move from the sternum, twist to the other side. And back down. Do it 2 more times. Open up and come back. Last one, I want you to hold it. You might be shaking at this point. Very common, I'm shaking. And bring your hands back to center. Bring your hands down by your hips or even interlace your tailbone, coming into our balance posture, warrior 3. So you can take airplane arms in warrior 3 or a bind, bend into your front knee, launch off. So start with a straight front leg, and then the tips of your toes are behind you. Now start to teeter-totter your chest forward and your back heel up. We're trying to create a capital T with the body. Yes, this front leg is very fatigued. Keep your belly lifting and your gaze forward. And release. Bend into that front knee. If you've got your blocks, take them and give yourself a nice stretch, pyramid pose. Woo! Breathe here. Last breath round, stretching out that front leg, and come on down to your tabletop. Flow your breath as you make space in your spine. And maybe it just feels good to come back with a nice rounded spine into a Balasana, child's pose. When you're ready, rise up, table, tuck toes, downward facing dog. Our last one of the day. If you can't be on your hands, just walk them back to your feet quickly. And find yourself in a forward fold at the back of your mat. Feet are under your hips. Roll up to standing, bend your knees. All right, turn your right toes out at a 45-degree angle. Keep that back heel planted. And comfortably step the left foot forward. Reach the arms up. Keep grounding down into your feet. Feel that support through the bones of your feet, the strength of your legs. Hold it up here. Exhale, back bend. Lift the sternum. Retract your shoulder blades. Bend your elbows. Inhale. And then flow your arms out. Shoulder height. Roll them up. Roll them back. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, keep your palms up, eye the elbow up, and then just rotate at your wrist, squeeze your fingers. Rotate so that your right arm is forward. This is your warrior two today. Wider stance. Keep plugging through your feet. Check in with that front knee. It's tracking over the front toes, and it's really not coming forward from your ankle. We want to stack the joints. Good. Gazing out over that front middle finger. Find your drishti. Find your focus. Come back to your intention. Drop your back arm behind your low back. Extended side angle. Bring your fingertips to about your shin. Inside that shin. Then roll that top shoulder back. Hopefully it's opening up a little bit more now. Breathe. Keep firm through your legs. Allow the back arm to rise up. Look up at your hand if you can. Just check in with your neck. Bend into your elbow. Bring your hand to your chest. We want to remember we're twisting from the sternum. Inhale. Exhale, gaze up. Inhale. Exhale. One more like that. Follow your breath. Hold here. Straighten the front knee. Triangle pose. Ground down into both feet. Big toe mound and heels. Strong legs. Lift your kneecaps up. Inhale. And exhale. Allow the top arm to meet the bottom arm, but bring it to the opposite side. So this time I'm going to show you facing forward what this pose looks like. Revolved pyramid. Inhale. And exhale. Start to lift the left arm up. Twist to the left side. And come on back down. Take it two more like that. Having an attitude of gratitude. One more. Move from your sternum, not your arm, not your shoulder, but your sternum. And release. All right, rising up, bringing your hands behind you. We're coming into that warrior three pose. So remember, your feet are under your hips. Bend into your front knee. Straighten and just let your toes come out behind you. Lift from your chest, lift from your heart, and start to teeter-totter. See where you can go with it. Keep pressing your knuckles behind you if you've taken that bind, or they're by your hips, your belly's lifted, your gaze is forward, focusing on something ahead of you that's unmoving. And release. Take that pyramid pose as a nice stretch. Woo, you've earned it. Maybe your hands are on your blocks. Remember, it's so important to support under your shoulders, not out to the sides. Feel that heat in your body, that energy, that prana, that life force. Be in gratitude for that. And walk your hands over to the right, I think it's your right. Come into a wide-legged forward fold. And just hang out here. Get a nice stretch through both hamstrings now. Evening it out and allowing yourself to benefit from the inversion. See if you can shift your hips in line with your ankles. That'll give you more stretch. And then the closer your feet are together, the more intense the stretch will be. Keep your head below your heart at this point. This helps improve your memory, your immunity, your complexion, your energy. And take a halfway lift. We don't want to rise up too high. Slowly bringing the blood flow back into the head. Come on down to your knees. And come on to your belly. Make sure you have a block with you. If you don't, that's okay. You can do this without a block. We're going to come into open wing. So bring your left cheek to your block and gaze right. Bring your left arm out behind you, flat on the floor. Palm face down. So it's either going to be at shoulder height, like we were in Warrior 2, or it can come a little lower toward your hip. It really depends on if you have any shoulder issues. This is a big twist and a shoulder opener. Press into your mat with your right hand and roll onto your left side. So you can start to feel it in your shoulder here. Make adjustments if you need. And then bend into your right knee, pointing it to the ceiling, and bring your right foot behind your left leg. This is open wing. And if it feels good, you can take that half bind again, bringing your top arm behind your low back. Feel that shoulder roll open, both shoulders in this case. Close your eyes here. If this is too much for you, you can always roll to your back and take a twist again from your back. One more breath in. And a breath out. Roll back to center. And we'll take open wing on the second side. So this is what my arm looks like when I press it out to a T. Palm is face down. And then I'm going to gaze the opposite side, rolling onto my left side and taking that half bind if you wish. Again, your right arm can be closer to your hip. It's a little less intense on your shoulder. Breathe here. And roll back to center. Press up. Shift back. Hi, Atlas. We're almost done. Come to sitting on your blanket. right, Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. Start with knees bent, sitting toward the front edge of your blanket so you can make space in your low spine as we fold forward. Really big stretch in the back of the legs and the whole spine. You should be able to grab your feet if you bend your knees enough and bring your belly to your thighs. Stay here or start to slide your heels forward, straightening your legs as much as they go. They really need to be stretched out here. We did a lot of work into the back of the legs, strengthening the legs today. One more breath in. And a breath out. Start to unwind, slowly rising up. All right, I'm going to show you how to make a quick bolster with your blocks and your blanket. So try that. And then sweep both feet over to one side and lower on down. Your chest faces your bolster. This is called deer pose. It's also a twist. Try to turn your cheek in the opposite direction of your knees and snuggle in here. And just come back to your intention. Really bring that into your heart space. Let your shoulders relax now. You've done a lot of work today. And slowly rise up. And I'm going to bring my bolster over to the other side just so I can show you deer on the second side. Sweep both knees to one direction. Face your bolster and lower down. Make sure that your cheek can rest on the block, so press it forward. And then again, if you can, turn your nose in the opposite direction of your knees. And just this gentle twisting will help bring our nervous system back to equilibrium. Rise up. Sitting one more time on your blanket, or you can sit on a block. Lifting up on a block might really help us in this pose. You're going to get into the glutes in shoelace, or what we call cow face pose. So again, bottom knee is bent. This time we're going to stack the knees on top of each other and fold forward. I want you to bring your hands to the bottoms of your feet and massage them out. Give them a little love. You can stay seated upright as well. If you're on a block, it might be a little hard to reach your feet. I'm going to sit on my blanket. See if you can stack both knees pointing forward. Get a nice stretch here. Rub out the bottoms of your feet. They have served you well today. Be grateful for them. A lot of times we take our feet for granted. And unwind the legs, shake them out. Give them a pat today. This helps with grounding, releasing. Yes, oh, you do. I've been waiting for you to do a downward facing dog on my mat. Thank you. All right, second side. So I have this leg down first. This time I'm going to bring this knee forward, stacking the other leg on top. This side will be different. Maybe this knee is straight up and down. That's okay. See if you can reach for your feet and give them some love. Maybe folding forward, getting into those glutes, the outer hips. So good. You know, in the yoga 8-limb path, we can really translate gratitude as santosha or contentment. Just being happy with what you have. And that's pretty important right now. So even if these legs don't quite wrap around the same way, be happy for what you've got. Make sure you're not hurting yourself, that you're being loving, and that you're in gratitude for what you do have. Unwind, chicken out. Let's get into our final resting posture, Shavasana. I'm going to remove my blanket so I don't have anything lifting here anymore, that I'm nice and flat and supported by the floor. If you do want something under the legs, you can certainly do that to help take any strain out of your low back. And then come to resting on your back. Again, feel those shoulders roll down and back as you face your palms up. For receiving, if you need a little more grounding, you can always just turn up the wrists, keeping the eye of the elbow up, the shoulders rolling down and back. Close your eyes here. Let your breath return to its unconscious state, where you don't need to focus on it anymore. Settling in, feeling the bones become a little heavier. The muscles start to melt away from the bones. Softening. Bringing your awareness to your face. Allowing your jaw to relax. Your lips. Your tongue. And the space between your brows. Giving yourself this gift of rest, being in gratitude. Gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. It turns what we have into enough and more. It turns denial into acceptance, chaos to order, confusion to clarity. It can turn a meal into a feast, a house into a home, a stranger into a friend. Gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. And stay here in Shavasana for as long as you wish. If you're ready to start moving your body, just take a deep inhale breath here first. Feel the chest rise, that space in your heart center lifts. Start to bring little movements to your fingertips, your toes, rolling out your wrists, your ankles, reaching your arms overhead. Let your low back lift off the mat, point your toes, and then bring your knees into your chest. Hug yourself in. Roll onto your favorite side. Beetle pose once again. Bottom arm is your pillow. With your eyes closed here, allow yourself to check in. Coming out of corpse pose, Shavasana, and into a pose of renewal. Just notice any shifts in the body, shifts in the mind, shifts in the heart. And then press in with your top hand, rise to a seat. Inhaling, reaching your arms up, palms meet overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Pausing here in gratitude. Thinking of 3 things to be grateful for. On your next inhale breath, lift your thumbs to your third eye center, that space of intuition and higher knowing, trusting that. Exhaling, we bow forward to seal our practice together. From my heart to yours, God bless. Namaste.